Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is MTG Ghoul Dude, and today I'm gonna try and keep this back going again, but I'm picking back up on our Digging Up the Past series. And if you're new to the channel, Digging Up the Past is a series I started a while back with the channel that I thought would be educational, informational to everybody, and maybe benefit, all my fellow zombie lovers out there. But it's basically just us going through from alpha to the current sets and looking at all of what each set had to offer. So we're going to start out on Scourge. A little bit about Scourge before we get started. It was a small expansion in the last set in the Onslaught block. It was the 29th Magic the Gathering expansion, released on May 26th of 2003. And the symbol is a dragon skull to reflect its theme, the main theme of the set. So, what was in Scourge? Well, let's start out with Carrion Feeder. So, 1/1 for 1 black. It can't block, but it has an amazing ability, a free sack ability that says you can sacrifice a creature to put a counter on it. For a long time, it was a big hitter, and still is, depending on who you ask, in Modern and in its standard, or not our standard days, but you know what I mean. Then we move on to Vengeful Dead. It's a 3 and a black for a 3/2. This is another hitter also in EDH, because it says whenever it or another zombie is put into a graveyard from play, each opponent loses 1 life, which is very helpful when it comes to using a sack outlet and some other cards that we maybe mention later on in the series. Move on to Zombie Cutthroat for 3 and 2 black. It's a 3/4, and it has the morph ability, but instead of any other regular type of ability, you have to pay 5 to unmorph it. So there's that. Then we have Twisted Abomination for 5 and a black. It's a zombie mutant, and it has the regenerate ability for a black, but it also has a swamp cycling ability for 2, which swamp cycling says you can tap 2, discard that card, search your library for a swamp card, reveal it, and put it into your hand to shuffle your library. So if you're not hurting for creatures, but you're maybe hurting for a land or 2, you can get you a swamp. And it's a 5/3, so it's pretty big. Cabal Interrogator for 1 and a black. It's a 1/1. It's a zombie wizard for whatever deck that might count in. But it also has a very unique ability that says tap X and a black, tap it. Target player reveals X cards from his or her hand, and you choose one of them. That player discards that card. You may play this ability only any time you could play a sorcery. And it's a 1/1. Which it really just depends on the meta, but I mean, this could be a make or break card in some people's decks, or against some people's decks. And then we come upon Blade Wing's Thrall. So for 2 and 2 black, you get a 3/3 that says it has flying as long as you control a dragon. And it also has another ability that says when a dragon comes into play, you may return it from your graveyard to play. So you bypass anything you may have needed to reanimate it. Then we get one of the more popular zombie cards, a Lord as we call him, Undead Warchief for 2 and 2 black. It's a 1/1, but it has the ability that says zombies you control get +2/+1. So because of this templating, it itself is a 3/2. And it also says zombie spells you play cost 1 less to play. Then we're moving into our other weird category of zombies, which was not seen until now. Putrid Raptor for 4 and 2 black. We get a 4/4. It's a zombie beast, and I think it's been actually changed to zombie dinosaur. But it has morph, and you can discard a zombie card from your hand. And morph is you may play this face down as a 2/2 for 3 and turn it face up anytime for its morph cost. So I can understand how that would be that could be a necessary thing, because if it's a zombie you want to get into a graveyard, like maybe a grave crawler or anything else that can be brought out of the graveyard for cheap, this would be very useful, for a one-time effect. And then we're moving into the rares from Scourge. Uh, Nefashu. Nefashu? It's a weird name for Scourge for me. For 4 and 2 black, you get a 5/3. And whenever it attacks, up to 5 target creatures each get a -1/-1 until end of turn. So to really benefit off of this one, you need your opponent's 5 creatures. Your opponents need to have 5 creatures, unless you have a need to kill your own zombies. But I don't think we really just want to have that ability to kill our own creatures that in that much of a manner. And this art is definitely just, you really can't make heads. I definitely can't make heads or tails of it, because I mean, you got a gaping mouth on one side, you have a body, some of a body on the other side. You just got hanging limbs and arms jutting out everywhere. So that's definitely interesting. And then we're coming to our last card, Bladewing the Risen. This is actually a zombie I've been looking to get into. For 3, 2 black, and 2 red. It's a 4/4. It has flying, and whenever it comes into play, you may return target dragon card from your graveyard to play. Then it also has the ability that says for a black and a red, all dragons get +1/+1 until end of turn. Which, if there was a way to find a way to make all of your zombies also dragons, like a Masquid Nexus, you could take ultimate advantage of this in a Rakdos zombie deck. But in any other case, you could actually just have a zombie dragon tribal deck, which, in my opinion, wouldn't be too off, because you would find a way to give all your zombies flying. But that was gonna be it for today. I appreciate y'all hanging on with me, and there'll be more to come. I appreciate y'all, and if this is content you would like to see more of, or if there's any suggestions you may have, let me know down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, you know all that stuff. And I will see you guys next time.